Man, that is a carbon sole. What's up guys, OutTheSaddle here yet again with another review. It's my second product review in a week. Unprecedented. So today we have the Specialized Expert Road Shoe. I've had this shoe for about, let me think, since February 2015, so that's well, coming up to 4 years. I owe it a review really. I just wanted to give you guys some feedback, some comments and criticisms. So yeah, as I said, 15,000 miles on this, so I think know a fair bit about it. It is, I'd say, in the middle of the range of the Specialized sort of shoe hierarchy. Had a look at their website earlier today, and currently they have basically the RBX, which is kind of the entry-level road shoe, about £85, and then they have the Torch 1, Torch 2, Torch 3, Filthy S-Works, Sagan-esque kit at the top, retailing for like 350 quid. And the Specialized Expert will sit around Torch 2. So this is a Torch 2 kind of shoe if you're sort of into your Specialized kit. Got it for 120 quid, which I think is kind of on par, I'd say, with a you know, a quality carbon soled road shoe. In terms of the features on this particular shoe, it's got the iconic bow system. Now I think this is kind of a blessing and a curse. I think boa is really good for dialing in your sort of tightness on your shoe, and it also looks pretty cool. However, when it goes wrong, it's not great. I remember I was about to start a Sportif and kind of the whole closure thing just like completely disengaged, and I couldn't do anything about it. I felt completely helpless, and I think it's not quite as reliable as just good old-fashioned Velcro. So I had to go to the Specialized store for them to have this specific tool that can basically sort out, it's a star key kind of tool, and they managed to fix it, and since then it's worked perfectly well. But I'd say that's my one criticism of the boa system. On this particular version there's only the one boa. If you go to the Torch 3 or the Filthy Sagan-esque stuff, there's another one here which is better for sort of micro adjusting the fit. But I think one's perfectly fine. In terms of other closures, there's a Velcro strap here. Personally, I think this is absolutely pointless. It doesn't do anything for the shoe. Even if I ram it really, really tight, it still doesn't really do anything. So I think that's just a waste of material really, but it doesn't really affect the shoe, really doesn't affect the comfort or anything like that. It has a carbon sole. It's pretty stiff. It is pretty stiff for those of you that are into saving microwatts when you're sort of cycling uphill. Specialized have a stiffness kind of rating. It's a very arbitrary scale from I believe, well, 0 up to about 13. So the RBX, which is the entry-level Specialized shoe, that comes in at a 6, and then the Torch 1 is also a 6. The Torch 2 is a 7. And then the Torch 3 is an 8.5. So this has an 8.5 out of about 13 arbitrary units in terms of stiffness. I'd say this is perfect. If you're currently on flats, or if you're in mountain bike shoes, these will definitely be an upgrade. So there's no point losing much sleep over not getting a super whiz bang, really stiff carbon sole. I think this is perfectly fine for most keen amateurs, and even racing it'd be absolutely fine on this. It's got a reinforced cap here, which I think is a good feature. As you can see, that's coming off there, not good. However, think about how much it would have worn down the actual shoe should it have not been there. So I think this is good. I should probably stick this back on with some super glue or something. And it's also got a decent heel as well. And these are actually reasonably grippy. I've never been embarrassed too heavily slipping around when I'm walking around the cafe like a penguin. So that's all good. Another issue I've had with this shoe is cold temperatures. I'm not sure if it's the shoe in particular or if it's just cycling in general, but my toes do get cold, and I think it might be because of this. This is a very clogged up mesh thing that I believe lets in loads and loads and loads of really icy water, and I think that could potentially make my feet slightly cooler than they would otherwise be. But in hot temperatures, perfect. Loads and loads and loads of really ventilated stuff here. So that's all great. If you get them in white, quite annoying to keep clean. I've actually given this a quick sort of wipe down before the review, and you can see they're still pretty dirty. So if you like keeping your kit clean, white shoes are the way to go. Otherwise, get black. I don't know why I didn't get black, but whatever. And yeah, it's really good shoe. I've no intention of swapping these out. I've had 3 or 4 pairs of cleats on here now. Probably need to get a new one. It's pretty thin now. But yeah, really good shoe. Top quality. I rate it. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you.